there, thank you so much for downloading this week's show. Hopefully you're having a nice break at the holidays. This is a really special episode to close out the year for us. Stephanie, my sister, joins me and Paula, my other sister, for this show. We recap a lot of stories about our life. We talk about some of our capers at Glamour Shots. Yeah, it's quite a raucous episode, so hopefully you will enjoy it. Hopefully you're having a wonderful end of 2017, and we look forward to a great 2018. Thanks and enjoy the show.
It's another uncensored look at the world around you from sisters who will say just about anything to anyone at any time. It's the Uggs. Jamie?
You guys, stop with the facts!
Paula?
Because I've date raped myself.
Stephanie?
Funny like fuck you, funny.
Uncensored as always, it's time for the Uglee Truth.
Welcome to the Uglee Truth. It is episode 239. Merry Christmas all! There's 3 Uggs in the house. Stephanie is sitting in with us. Hello, Ugg.
Hola.
Thank you for coming, my partner in crime
Thank
of our
you so
young
much for having
20-something years. I always have to remind everyone.
What?
You and I are the ones that got in all the trouble when we were in our 20s, and Paula was still at home watching NSYNC videos.
You know, Paula and I got into a fair amount of trouble for a brief period of time.
Very brief. That's true. That is true. When I was having a child, Paula came in. I tapped out, and Paula came in. So you're the root of all of our troubles.
Paula, we had fun though, right?
Yeah, sure. No, yeah, we did.
What, you didn't?
Yeah, it was all right.
Oh,
It was. The problem was with me is I just could never hold my alcohol. That was the problem. So I always ended up throwing up somewhere. But
Well, when you're a pill popper, you know.
Yeah,
She
I
wasn't a
know.
pill popper back then. No.
Just now.
I was a pill popper every 4 to 6 hours. That kind of pill popper. So
Well, you were medicating. You were medicating so that you wouldn't,
I don't
go
remember
postal.
that. I don't remember that at all. I remember.
Paula's been on medication since she was like 18.
That's what she means is pill popper.
I don't mean that she was a
druggie.
She wasn't a drug addict.
No. I just didn't. I thought we were still young and free, and we didn't pollute our bodies quite that bad back then. When Paula and I were going out partying, I don't remember.
Yeah,
that,
well,
maybe she wasn't,
the thing is when you're taking antipsychotics or any kind of antidepressives, you can't drink alcohol.
right
At all.
At all. And so when she does, and she's like, I'll throw caution to the wind, and next thing you know, she's incoherently sleeping in the back of someone's truck.
Yeah, because I've date raped myself, basically.
Right.
Yes.
That's the best
except
kind.
except for the one time when someone else did it.
God,
Luckily,
that was
you were with
awful.
us.
Yes.
So.
Don't remind me. It makes me
people are
angry just
creeps.
thinking about
Oh
it.
God! Every time I drive by that bar where that happened, because it was Paula's birthday, we all 4 decided to go out and do karaoke. Innocent. The one time that we were innocently just going to be together as sisters and bond for Paula's birthday. I think you were turning 30.
Yeah.
I think, and so we
Maybe.
went out and
30.
we went to this bar and we were having one last round, and fucking criminals GHB'd our drinks.
Yeah.
And Paula, you had more than anybody, and I had a couple sips, and the next thing you know, we're bolting out of there like Scooby-Doo and driving off into the darkness,
I know.
trying to avoid fights.
Which was stupid because we're like, hurry before the police come. So we go peeling out, but Jamie's got this license plate that
I've
says...
got customized license plates back
that
then.
said cute wife. And
Oh
so...
my God.
Well, we didn't know.
We've got your
thankfully.
license plate, you menace! It's like, and we're so idiot. We're all, fuck you! Because we think we're so cool.
And I'm dragging Allison because she's like, what? Like, she has no idea. I'm like, I just threw a beer in someone's face. Run!
And
You
I'm
might have broken a nose. Get out!
And I'm standing outside. I'm like, come on, let's fight.
I know. Paula's like, why are we out here? Let's go inside. And then by the time we get to our next destination, Paula's literally incoherent
Right.
on the back in the back seat of the truck. Oh my God. In fact, you know, that was the night I had to sleep with Paula.
I know.
Because she was so ill.
And I had no idea.
And then when I took her home, she woke me up and she's like, Jamie, I just peed all over myself. I'm like, what? Oh my God. And
was
she
bad.
it was awful. It was
kill those
awful.
people.
I want to. I literally want to track those people down. A couple, a man and a woman. Can you believe it?
These days, Heck yeah.
Okay, so on a lighter note,
Yeah.
Daryl and I went to a Raider game this last weekend, which I'll talk about a little bit.
You went. Oh my God.
So we're walking out the door, and we're in the car, and all of a sudden we hear this, and I'm like, what is that? And Daryl looked at it, and he goes, is that an alarm? I'm like, I don't know. So I go outside in the driveway, and I'm looking around, and I'm like, no, that's an animal. I'm like, oh, God, I think one of our animals has an animal, and they're killing it. You know, it sounded like that. So I go to the side over where our garbage cans are, and there is Baxter, my black cat, just sitting there, and he looks at me like, what? And he's got, like, stuff all over his face, like dirt and leaves and stuff. I go, what are you doing?
Yes.
And I look down, and in between the two garbage cans is a tiny little baby chicken, like the littlest of chicks, and it is squawking up a storm. He hadn't bitten it or anything. He obviously had been batting it around because it looked like it had just woken up. You know, its feathers were all nuts. And so luckily Mackenzie's boyfriend was here, and he used to raise chickens for the FFA. So I'm like, Kenneth! So he comes running out, and I go, deal with this! So he picks it up, and the thing is shaking, and it's like sad. I go, is it injured? He goes, well, I think it's missing an eye. And of course Mackenzie starts crying. And I said,
I'm telling you, she's my spirit animal, me and her.
I said, I can't have a pet chicken with one eye. What are we going to do with this thing? And he goes, oh, wait, no, the eye's okay now. The eye's okay. I think the cat probably like hit it in the eye. So there was a chicken who had just had a new clutch of babies, and it was down the street a little bit, and she had 9. And so I don't know how the cat got this one, but somehow he got it and brought it back. And I don't think he's still kind of young, so he doesn't necessarily know how to kill things.
Oh, it doesn't matter how old they are. If it's within them to do it, they'll do it. But you know what? Chickens are like cats. There's always a runt or one that's not accepted,
this one,
and that's probably why.
So so he was able to get it. So anyway, they put it back, and it looked like the mom wasn't kind of getting it. Yeah. So he walked over and he kind of pushed it in with the other ones, and the mom turned around and started attacking him. God. He's like running, and the chicken, the mother, is literally flying around in circles around him, trying to like talon him. And sure enough, she accepted the baby back. And we saw it the other day, and he's still keeping up and, you know, hanging out. And I'm like, all you need to do is make it to the next level, dude.
Right.
These little baby chicks level up pretty quick. Yeah. And so, like, within 3 weeks, it'll look like a teenager.
Yeah.
It'll be fine.
Oh, my God.
And then it'll be giving it lip, just like Paula's teenager.
Oh, my God.
What's going on? Is he just in the full throes of puberty or what?
So it's the dumbest thing.
It always is.
Only have one chore that I ever ask him to do, and I ask him to load and unload the dishwasher.
Oh, that's a small chore. Come on, that's like hell on earth.
There's only 3 of them.
We used to split it. One person would unload, one person would load.
That's
true. But there was 4 of us. So
so he's 12 though. I mean, it's not like
he's not 9.
You know, it's not like I'm asking Olivia to do it or something like that. And and I don't ask him to do it every day. It's like every couple of days I'll be like, okay, why don't you go ahead and go do it? And so anyways, he was complaining, and he was saying how, you know, Olivia never has to do the dishes. And I'm like, Olivia doesn't know how to do the dishes.
Olivia doesn't have to do anything. She's a spoiled brat.
He's like, why am I the only one that ever has to do it? And, you know, I always have to load and unload and blah, blah, blah. And, you know, he's just giving me total attitude. I'm like, Brian, it's one chore that you have to do on occasion.
Yeah, it's not even daily.
Right? That's what I said. And I'm like, I said, what else do you ever have to do in this home? I'm like, do you cook dinner? Do you clean the toilets? Do you?
Oh my God, make him do that once.
Things? And so he's just going on with this complaining. And so I just had it. And I said, God damn it, I've had it. And so I said,
gosh darn it, I've had enough.
I said, forget it.
You rascals.
And so I said, stop right now. I said, I'm doing the dishes. He's like, and he kind of has that look on his face like mom's lost it. And so he's like, no, Mom, I can do it. I'm like, no.
Immediately,
I said, it's not even an option. I said, go. And I said, when your father gets home, you explain to him why you gave me so much attitude about why it's so hard for you to do the dishes.
Is that even a real threat though?
Oh, it is.
Oh,
Definitely.
is it? Okay, because sometimes it's not. I mean,
in
like
my house, that would be like, thank God, that'll be the only one that understands.
No, because
pretty much
Victor
it.
basically was raised eating dirt and, chopping down trees to, find shelter. So,
right.
So, I mean, complaining to me and giving me attitude about having to do the dishes one time, I mean, that will just, he won't even understand that.
How would you like to not have a dishwasher and have a hole in your kitchen floor?
Exactly.
Right. Here, let's try this. You go outside and wash them with the hose.
Why don't you hose them off with cold water?
Right. And make your
Dollar
own
Tree
soap.
Yeah. That's pretty much it.
And you never ever talk to your mother with disrespect. So
yeah, right.
Thank God for that.
No, you save that for the girlfriends.
Yeah, right.
Just kidding. I'm kidding. I'm just kidding.
You're so mean.
It's like, son, you only treat them like shit once you have sex with them. Before that, you can't do that.
Right.
I'm sorry.
Mothers are in a whole different category, apparently.
No, listen, mothers should be. Honestly.
Well, I mean, most guys I know, including my own, if you say one bad thing about his mom,
you just don't dare.
His head would spin off.
Isn't that funny how that is?
Yeah, very funny.
It's so funny.
Well, funny like not haha funny.
No, funny, interesting.
Funny like fuck you funny.
Funny like how did that happen? Funny.
It's supposed to go that way.
Okay, so you also indicated, before I recap the Raider game, you also indicated that your son is into sports suddenly, or well, he's always kind of wanted to do sports, right? He does flag football.
Yeah, no, I mean, it's not so much about wanting to do sports. He's obsessed with watching sports now.
Oh,
and it's not just, right now it's football season, but it's also basketball season. And so,
that's true.
And I'm not talking about maybe like Sunday, it was the Raiders and the, I don't know, Cowboys or something like that. Mm-hmm. It was the Raiders and the Cowboys, but like on our television, if you put a button, it'll tell you all the games that are on and what time they're on. So we're watching football from 10 o'clock in the morning.
Till 5.
Till 5 o'clock
till
in
like
the
8.
evening.
Well, depending if you watch the Sunday night football game.
Well, who doesn't?
Right.
Yeah, I don't.
We've never done that. And then,
my house.
the rest of the week, every night of the week, we're seeing, starting at 5 o'clock in the evening, what basketball teams are playing. And that can go on every night.
You know what? You need to get him his own television.
I tell him to go in my room and watch it, but he won't go in my room. And I'm not going in my room just to watch television.
No.
The big TV's in the living room. But
hey, we're watching Big Bang Theory. Deal with it.
Right.
Or whatever.
And so,
hey, we're watching 90 Day Fiancé. Get over
God,
it.
who watches that?
I don't. Paula does.
Allison does.
Paula, do you watch the 90 Day Fiancé?
no, I watch. What do I watch? Well, we've gotten into real TV now. I'm kind of over the reality TVs.
I knew that would burn out. No one's watching it.
Yeah, and it's getting worse by the minute.
What's real TV? Is that cop stuff?
No, it's like Speechless, Fresh Off the Boat.
Oh, you mean
like primetime
You
channels?
mean primetime TV,
Like
ABC, CBS.
Yeah,
Okay.
So Speechless,
Non-cable shows.
Yeah, Fresh Off the Boat.
Yeah, those are cute.
We always watch the reruns of like Modern Family or something like that.
I'm so glad you're into Modern Family now. I love Modern Family.
They're trying to get me onto the little Sheldon kid show.
Oh, we love young Sheldon.
I just can't get
Daryl and I
into
love it.
He's such a little shit, and I just can't stand to watch it for 30 minutes.
You see, this is where you and I differ, because I don't think that at all. I love that show. But we love The Big Bang Theory, and if you love that, then you can watch it. And because, like, for example, if you know The Big Bang Theory, you know that his father and mother split, and you also find out that the dad dies.
Well, I know the dad dies, and I know that he said that it was like the best trip ever, and he had.
Oh my God, I got a little
dad.
lump in my throat.
And I'm like, well, you should have told him. Does he have like autism or something?
No, he's a genius. He's like Einstein level genius. He's 9 years old in high school.
Yeah.
So he's just awkward because geniuses are often awkward.
And he's 9.
Yeah.
He's 9, and he sees things completely differently.
Right.
So anyway,
It's like Doogie Howser, Newton modern style.
Yes, it is.
I don't know.
It's just not your thing.
The boys like it, but I'm not. I'm not crazy about it.
No
but then we
bueno.
did get into, speaking of Doogie Howser, we did get into The Good Doctor, where the doctor does have autism, actually.
I can't do it.
It's hard for some people. It's hard for some people.
Look, I know it gets amazing reviews and, the acting and all that. I can't do another. I got to tread lightly
on the
with the whole autism
stuff?
thing. I mean, it is not a territory in which you can wade in comedically. You can't make jokes. Daryl gets so offended. And I'm like, why? You're not autistic.
Does he know someone autistic?
No, but his mother teaches special ed.
Right.
And it's very sensitive. You can't make fun of it. And it's like,
that's true.
Look, I'm not trying to make fun of children. It's just, I feel like there's a saturation of a lot of spectrum stuff and in everything. But we're not allowed to make light of anything. And I'm like, okay, fine. It's all right. I get it. But you know what? Talk to a dude in a wheelchair and you can make fun of him all day long. He don't care.
Right.
But apparently this is a not touch issue. So I can't watch those shows because I don't know what I'm going to do. I don't want to watch it and go, oh my God. I just can't do it.
Yeah.
Because you'll hear someone go, you don't understand. I'm like, all right, you're right. I don't understand.
But I was just being,
Forget it. Done. I'm not going to do it and I'm not going to watch it either. All right. All right. Well, I'm sorry your son is so sports obsessed, but he's a normal 12-year-old boy.
Indeed.
I just don't, it's enough. Choose your battles.
I know.
The cleanliness factor and trying to get him to wear at least clean underwear daily would be awesome.
Yeah.
Good luck with the pants.
That is the kind of thing where I look at him and I'm just like, when's the last time you showered? Because I do trust him on his cleanliness, which is probably a bad idea.
It is a very bad idea. Very bad idea.
I walked past him and Victor the other day, and I'm just like, okay, it smells like feet. I don't know which one of you it is, but
probably both. That's 4 smelly feet. God, Jamie's literally gagging. Stop it. Lauren and I do this on the phone constantly. We'll be talking, and the next thing you know, we're both like, "Oh,
Lauren, your daughter,"
because she has the same gag reflex that we do.
I can't.
If you talk about something that hits the soft spot, she's like, "Oh."
The other day, oh God, I can feel it happening right now. The other day, I was trying to explain to Daryl something.
And you can't even talk about it without gagging.
And my eyes started to water. He's like, Jamie, why are you doing this to yourself? I go, I need to tell you this.
I've got to purge.
I have to tell you this.
I have to get it out.
He's like, why are you doing this? I'm like, it's important. And I'm like, what?
I will work through it. Just hold on.
we'll get through
God. I'm thinking about it now. I have to tell you because I have to say it.
Okay, say it.
Okay,
well,
so
wait. What's it going to be about? I don't know if I can handle it.
I have a thing.
Paul, I wish you were here.
About hair in my food.
Well, who doesn't?
Okay, but
God, gross. Oh, so it happened to you.
Most people have that thing.
they do. But the problem is, my eyes are watering.
Paula, I'm telling you, if you were here.
The problem is that I cook everything. So it's always my hair. I know it's my hair, and so when I have leftovers.
So why does it gross you out if it's your own? To me, it's still gross, but it's less gross if it's my own.
Yeah, because my hair's clean.
Well, I know I'm clean. It's just
maybe.
I can't do it.
Maybe she can't do it. All right.
The other day there was some in there.
Now you're making me.
I'm sorry.
I can feel it.
It's like that Stephen King movie where everybody starts throwing up at the pie eating contest. Oh my God! Don't you throw up in my room?
I won't throw up.
Okay, I'm seriously. We're stopping.
Lord.
Right.
It wasn't blueberry pie, you guys.
Oh, that was what was that? The train track movie. What the heck? Stand by me.
Yeah.
I had to distract my mind.
Holy shit!
All right, I'm over it.
All right, so the Raider game was really fun.
Tell me.
I had a really bad migraine, and it was stress related. Not that it matters, but Daryl and I had gotten into a wicked fight, and we thought we were like a week. It was like we were barely speaking,
right,
and so
that's so weird for you guys to have that kind of fight.
Well, it wasn't me. It was him. He did something stupid.
Of course.
But anyway, so by Sunday, we're marginally speaking. And so I said, well, we have to go to this Raider game. We paid way too much to go. And so we're going, I have a migraine because of all the stress.
And this was a really important game, by the way, for Raider fans.
God.
Which is all the more disappointing.
It's just...
yes.
And let me tell you, they should have won that game.
Jamie?
They did not deserve to lose. They didn't do anything to lose. And I don't want to hear any more shit about Derek Carr. It wasn't his fault, okay? He shouldn't have been put in that position, ever.
Agreed.
Fucking refs with his... What, was it a standard issued piece of paper?
Right.
Like, I mean, I can't even with that shit. And when you're there live, oh my God.
I can only imagine.
I thought the whole stadium was going to jump into the field.
When it happened, Victor's just like, I think I'm going to be put on alert for riots tonight.
Oh my God.
True. It was that great.
You know what? You know what's hilarious is that there was no violence at all at the stadium because, okay, first of all, it is not a surprise that the large majority of Raider fans and Dallas fans are Hispanic.
Okay.
And when you go to a Raider game, it's predominantly
I can imagine.
Hispanic. Mm-hmm. You know, it's very multicultural.
I would imagine it would be.
And it's amazing. This is our third Raider game, and every time we go, it is a effing party. It is fun. Everybody's giving each other crap about it. The Dallas fans, they're all locals because, you know, I don't know what it is about Dallas and Raiders, but there's a ton of them in the Bay. Daryl's best friend is a Dallas fanatic.
Dallas, in my opinion, is one of those teams.
They're America's team.
They are.
Yes.
So you will find them everywhere, I imagine.
What was great is that everybody was having a great time. There was it wasn't like a Broncos game or anything. It was really fun. And so, but what we noticed is most women who go there get completely hammered and can't hold their liquor.
Oh, gross.
3 or 4 women, and they were getting like really hostile with men. And I'm like, that is so dumb. I can't believe what I'm saying. I'm all about getting hammered, but I'm not going to be confrontational to some man I don't know. That is dangerous shit.
Yes, it is.
And then it's like, look, I know that this sounds old school, but where is that bitch's man? Because he needs to get control over his woman like right now. And these aren't 20-year-old girls. These are full-grown ass women acting like idiots. So there's a long-ass line to go to the bathroom. It's like third quarter. And so Daryl, and there was a long line for Daryl too. And so we're in the line, and now we had club level, which means it shouldn't be so bad, but it was really bad. So some stupid bitch walks in, and she's obviously drunk, and she's like, ladies, I really have to urinate. And we're all, fuck you, get in the back.
Yeah, right?
She peed her pants.
Oh, God.
She peed all over her Uggs. And so she finally came in, and so she finally got into the bathroom, and she came out, and the people that obviously were waiting in line with her, they obviously had some sympathy because the rest of us were like, what do you think we're doing? We're dancing around too, honey. No, there will be none of that. And let me tell you, you get 10 Hispanic ladies in a row.
Oh, God.
She's getting nowhere.
No.
And
so you want to get past us? Go ahead and try.
Like, do we look like we give a fuck about you and your Uggs? No. Get out. Get to the back. It was, you know what? I felt so at home. I felt so at home. I'm like, women. These are my women. These are my people, you know?
That's funny.
And it was funny. We were on our way home, and I said, I've never felt more warmth and love than I did in that line, in that bathroom with those women. It was awesome. It was so great.
Band together against line cutters.
So when I was leaving when she was peeing, and then when she came out.
She had to pee still? I'm like, all right, well,
yeah, she did. And so she's standing there, and they're like, just rinse off your Uggs, honey, and you'll be fine. No one will even know. And she's like, are you sure, you guys? And I'm like, oh my God, I'm still sick of you. And I just walked out. I'm like, I'm glad I didn't let you pee, girl.
Right? Well, that's what you get for waiting to get to that point or getting so drunk that you can't control your bladder.
Oh my God. And there was a woman, she came up and hugged me, and I'm like, what the fuck? What is happening? What is going on?
Why did she hug you?
Because she was drunk.
So she was drunk. She just randomly chose
She just walked around, and her boyfriend was like, oh, she's been hugging everyone. I'm like, well, you need to fix that because I don't
like to
think
be touched.
Well, not by random people.
I don't like to be touched by anybody. Are you kidding me?
Especially at a football game. You don't even know where people have been.
I mean, my own family, I'm like, hey, watch it. Your breast stinks.
I double brushed my teeth before you came over.
No, I'm not talking about you, family. I'm talking about, like, my husband and my son.
Yes. Oh, yeah, I've done that. The dragon breath comes seeping through their lips, and you're like, oh, God, good morning.
Well, you have to remember that Jerry's in charge of taking Jeff to school 90% of the time in the morning. They're usually just rising and getting ready when I'm leaving. So when I get home in the evening, I get to see how Jeff was set up for the day.
Oh,
and so
God.
the minute he starts talking, I look at him like, you didn't brush your teeth today, did you? He's like, no, Daddy forgot. Daddy, why didn't you make me brush my teeth? I'm like,
it's Dad's fault.
Of course.
Sure. Well, at some point, he'll have to take ownership of his mouth.
I brush his teeth. How does that?
Oh, I used to brush my kids' teeth.
Yeah.
No, I used to brush them all the time.
Open, top, bottom. He's like, yeah.
Actually, try flossing when they're 6. It's really fun.
God.
Yeah, it sucks, man. Paula.
Yes.
How's your uterus?
My uterus?
Yes, you were complaining about your uterus was giving you hell.
You wanted to give birth
the worst period ever. I don't know what happened. Okay, do you want a really disgusting story?
Yes.
Okay.
Too gross for the show. Come on, I've heard you guys talk about everything.
I don't know what had happened, but like every now and then, and this is it's probably been at least like 2 years or something, but I feel like I'm getting like a yeast infection and I don't know why. And so I went to Rite Aid and I bought like just the one day
over the counter. Yeah.
Just the one day.
Yeah.
And so it comes with the little wipes and things. So I'm doing the wipes and things. And then when I went to go, like, I don't know why everybody looks, but you just look.
Yeah, you do.
And I was just like, oh, isn't this fun? I'm like, I started my period.
Oh my God.
Oh, Lord.
And so I was just like, oh, this is great. And
so it's an unholy mess.
And so I was just like, oh God. And so
it looked like afterbirth.
I've had like the worst period ever all week. And
super hormonal.
Well, and that probably is true because like last week I forgot what I was watching, but I almost started crying.
Almost.
I was about to say. I tear up at work regularly when I'm watching something. God, I mean, I have to force myself not to like bawl, but it's there if I wanted it to.
Yeah, I don't really cry a lot, but I mean, sometimes it happens.
Yeah, that's true.
I know.
Sometimes I get weak and a tear will fall.
Sometimes
somebody dies that I love or something.
Actually, I did cry at my therapist's office. So
good.
Well, that's good. That's progress.
I was just gonna say
it was just for a brief moment, but
it was just a minute. You guys,
your therapist was probably like, oh my God.
It was because I was like trying to say something, and like when you're trying to get something out and then you like feel like you're about to cry and you're like, ugh, but I have to tell him this thing. So
right.
Yeah. Okay. Before we get to our ugly and awkward moments, Paula, have you ever had your Glamour Shots done?
I did, because you guys probably don't remember this, but a really long time ago when Allison was pregnant with Zaya, she actually worked at Glamour Shots.
Oh my God.
Oh wait, I think I do remember that. So you went there and
so her and I got the Glamour Shots done with like the hair, the makeup,
I wish I had those. Where are they? Do you have them?
No, I wonder if she does though.
That would be hysterical if you had a...
We have to ask
The reason, I don't know why, but forever I've been wanting to tell my Glamour Shots story because no one really knows about it.
Like what it is.
Well, Glamour Shots it used to be back in, I assume the 80s is when it got real popular. It was a mall store where women, I guess some men, could go in. I think men did it too.
They probably did, but that would be
But
scary.
it was predominantly women and teenager girls who would go in and do the full glam 80s makeup and hair. And sometimes I think they even had clothing you could wear. Mm-hmm. And they had like little chairs set up like a makeup place, you know, like if you were a movie star. Mm-hmm. That was, I think that was the whole point, is to make you feel like a movie star, right?
Right.
And they had all the package deals and everything like that. I never thought it was a good idea to do Glamour Shots. Even back then, I thought it was a total cheesy thing.
Dumb.
And one of my friends, I think she was getting married or something. I can't even remember. It was so long ago. But I was definitely like 18 or 19. Allison did not work there yet. And because she was young, still in high school.
Right.
She was young. So I went in there, and begrudgingly, and there was like 6 of us. And we all went in and we did the whole, everybody's like, oh my God, this will be so fun. I'm like, I felt like such a black sheep. I was like, I don't want to do this at all. First of all, I hate being photographed.
Yes.
Even back then.
Did you hold the denim collar?
Because I'm like, well, what can I do? And they're like, well, would you like to do like pink and boa? And I'm like, no. And the girl that's doing it is like 2 years older than me. And I'm like, what kind of training do you have? You can't possibly possibly know what I look good in. There's no way. So, they do the hair, and I mean, like, 3 inches above your face and super pulled back. Like they do it where it's like, looks like a wig. It's like, blown out huge. Right. And I've got like awful eye makeup, and they try to do the quote unquote natural look, and I'm like, okay, I know I look bad, and they're like, wait, in the photos it'll look completely different, and I'm like, all right. So I remember it kind of reminded me of Friends. Remember when Chandler and Monica got married and they were trying to do their engagement photos and Chandler couldn't smile for the camera? I don't know if you remember that.
No.
Oh God, it's hilarious.
I remember when we went to Vegas and Allison couldn't take a picture without closing her eyes.
She still can't.
Oh, that's so funny.
Nothing has changed, that girl.
So finally the photographer goes, this is what I want you to do. He goes, I want you just to relax and think of something that makes you smile. And I'm like, fine. So I relax and I think of something, and he goes, perfect. So then you have to wait like 30 minutes for them to develop everything, because there was no digital back then.
Right.
So I'm walking around the mall looking like a 30-year-old mom, soccer mom, with my horrible hair and makeup. So I go back and she's like, okay, these are your photos. And I go back and I look, I'm like, what the hell are these? And she's like, what? These are it? I go, these are horrible. You told me I would look good. You said these are awful. I'm paying for nothing. And they're like, well, you have to pay for the sitting fee. I'm like, no. I'm like, these are awful. I'm like, I look ugly. And they're like, this is what you look like. I'm like, you're saying I look ugly? And she's like, no, wait a minute. And I'm like,
yes, you are saying I'm ugly.
I'm like, here's your $5, because it was $5. Ooh. Like, here's your $5. And I go, and I'm never coming back here again. They're like, oh, we're sorry. And I'm like, no. I'm like, you guys are awful. Right. Walked out, and I just remember looking at those pictures. I remember looking at one. I said, these are so bad. I don't even want to look at them. I turned them over. And they were awful. You've never done Glamour Shots?
I mean, my brain is so toasted from all the drugs I did back then. I might have, but if you showed me a picture, it might, spark a memory. But
I think I remember asking if they had a leather jacket. They're all, no.
Because that would just be too cool.
Forget it. Okay, so Paula, you had them done?
Yeah, we had them done. It wasn't my idea. It was Allison's.
What a shock.
They had a lot of like that pancake makeup. I don't know if you remember.
Yes.
We didn't have a lot of eye makeup on, so it was.
No, they did the natural thing again.
So you look like a Cabbage Patch with lipstick.
So for me at least, I remember looking just like kind of palish, or like not pale, but like my eyes a little bit see-through, I guess.
Yes, you look transparent.
But Allison looks good because she had like, a darker lipstick on, and Allison always looks good when she wears dark lipstick.
That is true. She's one of those lucky people.
But I was only like 14 or something like that when we did it. So, and this is when she worked at, I think, Art Fair Mall. And like I said, I'm pretty sure she was pregnant. So.
Wow. She worked at Glamour Shots?
I am positive she did.
Well, that just tells you. That just tells you exactly. I mean, can you imagine Allison styling your face?
No, I don't think.
I didn't even think about that.
I mean, my God.
I think she just worked at the front. I don't think
I don't want you near me with a heated iron. Jesus. It's like, come on.
Allison, we're sorry if you listen to this episode.
Allison would be like, girls, you do not want me near you. I mean, she would admit it. She'd be like, oh, God, no, I would never. Because it's just, no. It's just not one of those things. I wish I had bought one just for the sake of having it, so that I could show it to people and say, this is how ugly everybody looked in the 80s. It was awful. Very few people look good in the 80s. I've looked at my yearbook and I'm like, why was that girl so popular? Like, I don't understand why. Crazy.
I have one Olin Mills picture when I was like 17 that I actually look halfway decent, but except for the fact that I have like the biggest hair you've ever seen in your life.
Is it the family pictures we took?
No, me and TJ took pictures. Aww. And they were actually cute.
Well, isn't it amazing what happens? But youth is beautiful. It doesn't matter.
I was 17.
Yes, youth is beautiful.
Yeah.
Oh my God, that's so funny. Okay, so has anybody besides me thought of their ugly and awkward moment?
I've thought of one, but I mean, no one else was affected except for me. But that doesn't matter. It was embarrassing.
Yeah. Okay, so let's go ahead and do our ugly and awkward moments of the week.
Okay, so when you are on your period, I don't know about anybody else, but I have to pee all the time.
Yes.
I really had to pee, and because the kids are on winter break right now, no one's in a rush to get dressed. We're all just like lounging around in our pajamas, basically. Right. So I had this nightgown on the other day, and I was running to the bathroom to go because I had to pee, and I lifted up the nightgown, but I didn't lift it up all the way.
Oh, no!
So I pulled down my hander and I peed on my nightgown.
Ew. You know what? The other day I sneezed and peed. That never happens.
I have zero bladder control.
I do.
None.
I have like the bladder of a horse, man. I can hold it forever.
Really?
I've
never had a good bladder.
And it was funny because it was super casual. And the thing, I have a problem with holding it because I have so much to do. I just wait. I'm like, okay, I'll pee in a minute. So I'm sitting here and I'm doing something and I'm all, achoo!
Yeah.
Oh my God. I was really upset.
I can never. Tonight we saw a commercial where this lady was wearing these, I don't know, adult diapers or something like that. And Olivia's just like, why is she wearing a diaper? She says that, I know it's got flowers on it and everything like that, but she says it still looks like a diaper.
Yeah, it's like because she probably has 3 children. That's why she's wearing those.
And
that's exactly why she has to wear those.
I just looked at the back of her head and I'm like...
That's so funny.
Wow. Well, why is mine a bathroom story too? I think it's because yours reminded me of a bathroom story. And I can't believe I'm actually going to say this because what if I always feel like there's probably people on my Facebook that listen to the show, but they don't tell me.
That happens to me all the time.
Yeah.
I ran into someone and they're like, love your show. And I'm like, really? You listen? Like, oh yeah, I love it. I'm like, oh my God, thank you. Yes, I love it.
And I feel like it's probably a combination of people who like me but would never say something and people who hate me and listen to the show just to hear what we're going to say. You know what I mean? But so that's why I'm saying this is like...
Download to download. I'll take it.
Well, no, I don't give a fuck. But
listen
I'm just
to
saying,
hate me. It's awesome.
I mean, there's people, you know, we all spy on someone on Facebook that you're quote unquote friends with, but you really secretly hate them. And
yeah, I am trying to think. I'm usually not friends with those people. But I like to creep anyway.
Well, I mean, and if I unfriend them...
I don't have that many, but yeah, I definitely do.
I really only have a small handful of them. But if I unfriend them, then I can't see anything. So I don't.
You got to keep your enemies close.
Yeah, but they probably don't even know they're an enemy. But well, maybe they do. I don't know. But either way...
We all like to stalk.
Yeah, having children, especially younger children, is very humbling constantly. They're always making sure that you feel like an idiot.
Yes.
And so I have my habits. You know, I would never take a crap at work. Like,
oh, good.
I would have. Right.
You were raised right.
I know. There are people who don't get that. They like literally.
Well, listen, if you have a disease, it's different.
Okay, fine. But I mean, there are other
just to
people
make it
that
your
are like,
regular stop.
No, not that they're just like, well, if you have to go, you have to go. I'm like, no,
you don't.
No, you really don't.
You can kind of make
that
work.
That shit and it'll go away in a few minutes and you'll be fine. Now, you might have cramps an hour from now, but you push through it and then you get to the next hour. I'm like, this is just my life. Yeah.
Yeah. I mean, if you're desperate, you're ill.
Yeah. I was just about to say, unless I've been food poisoned, it's going to take something really serious for me to go to the bathroom.
It's got to be diarrhea. And if it is, then I'm probably going to go homesick.
Right.
Yeah. You're going to be like, all right, I got the runs, did it once, I'm out.
Right.
Not doing this all day.
Right. I would rather humiliate myself in like a public store than do it at my work.
You'll go across. Everyone's looking at the window.
Go to Safeway.
They see you running across the street to
like oh,
CVS.
Stephanie's gotta go.
God no, I will get in my car and drive. I'm serious. So I used to know the safe places that had single stalls when I had my old job, but now you know as I'm getting older, I'm more under control. So anyway. Every day when I get home from work, I will do my thing, say hi to my son. I'll take my work clothes off. Yeah, I usually have like a 10 or 15 minute window where I'm good. And then all of a sudden I'm like, all right, I have to go to the bathroom.
Yeah.
And that's because I've eaten all day long and I refuse to shit at work.
That's right.
So I'm like, okay. So I go in the bathroom. I usually lock the door because I don't want anyone to accidentally open.
Yeah,
Jerry
sorry.
That's my dumbass husband. And he does it all the fucking time.
I think they do it on purpose.
No, he's just really dumb. Seriously. Okay. Like, maybe he's done it on purpose before, but for the most part, he's just an airhead.
It's like, I forgot you live here. No, I'm kidding.
No, to Jerry, a closed door does not represent that someone's not that someone's in there.
A closed door is meant to be open.
A closed door could be closed for a multitude of reasons, and it doesn't necessarily mean there's somebody in there.
Right. So knocking is not an option, apparently.
He just doesn't assume that you're in there. He'll just open it and then find out the hard way.
God damn it!
Oh, God, I'll kick it shut.
Get
it open.
Yes.
So I keep it locked almost always, but my son is always so happy to see me, thank God, when I get home, that he can't even give me 5 minutes to do anything.
Right.
And I'm not one of those people that needs a half an hour to take a shit. I'm literally in and out of there.
Yeah, I don't understand that.
I don't know.
Why do girls? I can do it in and out.
Like you go
Like
in,
a pee.
I feel the need. Go. Get out.
I mean, and again, unless I'm food poisoned.
I don't understand men who are in there for 35, 40 minutes. They must be doing other things,
That's
right?
Victor. He's in there with his cell phone, and I'm just like, dinner's ready. You know,
Be right out.
Don't come in.
And I'm just like, okay, wash your hands. You know, like, what have you been doing?
I don't know what you've been doing in there for 45 minutes, but whatever it is, it needs clean hands now.
My husband doesn't take the phone, so I
Seriously.
think he's like seriously. I don't know what the hell is taking so damn
And men
long.
poop all day long. It's not like they only go once.
They go every day. I personally
They go all the
don't go
time.
every day, but that's,
I do now because I have IBS.
You do?
Yeah, I was diagnosed with it in August.
Okay, Mom.
I know. You think I like this? You think I enjoy it?
I'm
sucks.
surprised.
No, it fucking
Sucks.
sucks, man. I hate it. But I refuse to do drugs or anything like that. I'm doing all natural crap.
I wouldn't
works
want
too, though.
I wouldn't want to take that time to do all that.
What?
Go poop every day. It just
Oh, yeah, but the thing
Inconvenient.
is that once it's so fast though because I don't
me,
I don't eat a ton, and so it's
I
like
do.
it's in and out. I know you do. You have a voracious appetite. No, you're not fat at all.
Oh, shut the hell up.
You're not. But I was just talking about the fact that
I'm a
you
beast.
You've,
I am a beast.
she's a beast, razor sharp ones,
Right. I know it.
willing to eat a feast.
Oh, the problem is I used to have a really high metabolism in my youth, and I could eat literally anything, and I did, and then I got old, and all of a sudden it all just went to the gut, and I'm like freaking Humpty Dumpty now.
No.
With skinny little legs. And
Oh my God, you do not look like a
roundest
caramel
middle.
apple.
that's what I look
Okay.
like. I look like I'm pregnant.
You guys, stop with the fat.
Okay, so let me get through this.
Yeah, what is your awkward moment?
I'm almost done.
My
yeah.
God.
So, I had to set it up a little so
I
you
understand.
understand.
I
why.
do.
So,
I get it.
So, I'm also not like our mother who had no problem being, for lack of a better term, disgusting or naked or pooping.
free.
Whatever she was doing, if we
Yes.
were around, she just accepted it. She's
Now
like,
we
"You
know why Paula's this way. She's just like our mother.
Like, yes, having a conversation
tact
where the
at
door
all.
is open and
yeah,
she's on the
like,
toilet.
what? I'm just, you're right.
I'm not like that. So when I go in the bathroom, it's like, leave me the hell alone.
Yeah.
Give me my moment. All
Yes,
right?
please.
So my son's at the door. Mom. And he's trying to open the door and,
you're all,
everything. And I'm like,
"Honey,
okay,
get
literally
up."
1 more minute and I will be done,
Yeah.
And he's like, Mom, open the door. They put their little lips against the crack and everything.
Yes.
I was like, Jeff, give me 1 minute. I'll be right out, son. He's like, Mom. I mean, he just will not stop. He's like, then he's banging on the door.
Oh my
Mom,
God.
why aren't you opening the door? I'm like, oh my God, for the love of God. So I unlock the door. I open it up. He's like, why aren't you opening the door? And then he comes in and he shuts the door behind him. And he's in there. I'm like, what is so important that you had to come in here and everything? He's like, well, and he starts to talk and then all of a sudden he pinches his nose.
Oh, no. Oh, my God.
Well, the only reason why this is funny is because nothing really grosses Jeff out. You know what I mean? He's still kind of at that almost barely toddler age. He just turned 6.
Yes.
And so, he doesn't even really recognize that grossness yet. Well, this time
yes, he does.
This time, apparently, it was so atrocious.
Oh, my
That even my
God.
6-year-old.
Were you embarrassed?
Of course.
Oh, okay.
I started laughing.
I'd be like, that's what you get.
I said that too. I told you not to come in here. He's like, it stinks in here, Mom. I was like, no kidding. He's like, I'm going out there. I'm telling Daddy. I was like, don't you dare tell your father anything. So he comes out. Did your dad?
Oh, my God. You're sitting there going, oh, my God.
I'm laughing.
Of course.
And there's nothing I can do about it. You know, Jerry's not an idiot. He knows my routine too. But
yes.
Thankfully, he's kind for the most part. Well, yeah. And he never says anything. And he will stay away from the bathroom for a good half hour after
that is so funny.
Yeah, we respect each other in that regard.
Honestly, Stephanie, you have this coming. I mean, how many times did you make people smell your fingers when we were growing up?
Yeah, really?
It's what you get.
What's the word I'm thinking of?
Ironic?
Ironic that now I am so repulsed by any kind of smell.
I know.
Of any kind. You know,
it's true. It's
and
so
yet,
true.
That was my big thing when we were growing up. Was,
oh my God. You're like, what? No, not this time. I don't mean it this time.
Well, Allison was the only one that fell for it so many
Vulnerable.
times.
Gullible.
Yes,
that is so funny.
Yes, that was a big step for me to admit that on the phone. I was going to say on the
phone.
show.
Yeah, it is kind of a phone conversation.
Well, I
really.
mean, in our house, we don't talk about. I mean,
bodily functions.
No, do you?
No.
I mean, my friends are like, "What? You and your husband don't like know each other when you don't toot?" I can't even say the F word.
No, we do not.
Yes, and I'm like, "Are you joking?"
Do you and Victor fart in front of each other?
They do.
No, I mean,
you don't.
Good.
Okay,
no, we don't.
I don't mean the accidental slip. Well, I mean like, oh, sorry,
like just doing it and being.
I told Daryl. Actually, not too long ago, I told Daryl, I said, if you were one of those men, I would not be with you.
I know,
Like,
right?
I would not be with you if you did that in front. And I don't care if people think, it's natural. Well, it's natural for you, but it is not natural where I come from. It's disgusting, and I don't want to do it.
Ryan, on the other hand, can't seem to
well, that's my son. Yes, it's funny.
The new generation develops.
Well, he's only going to get away with it for so long while he's a child. When he gets older, that would be unacceptable.
Are you going to be like Mom and say, if you need to do that, go to the bathroom?
Go in the bathroom. How did you know I was just going to say that?
That's what she used to say to Paula all the time.
Why did Paula have toot issues when she was growing
Paula
up?
is a walking digestion. That's true. God, she's always having issues.
Okay, diverticulitis.
I don't have diverticulitis. I have IBS. And it's stress-induced.
It's an irritable bowel.
It is irritable. Only irritable, and I hate it. Anyway, okay, so before I tell you my awkward moment, the reason that it's funny is because I went out and did some Christmas shopping the other day. And I had to go to Target, and then I went to Ulta, all the places. And so I went to Target, it was a freaking zoo. And I'm like, well, it's like 1 o'clock in the afternoon. Why are you people working? Like, why is everyone out and about?
I'm telling you.
But everybody's kind of in vacation mode this week.
Are.
And so there's people everywhere. So I'm walking through the aisles, and I'm picking up things. And I'm by myself, thank God. I don't have anybody with me, because even with Daryl, it becomes an event. And I'm like, no, I just want to get in and get out. So I have my little handheld basket, and I'm walking through the aisles. So I'm like, well, I do need kind of like house stuff too. So I'm going down the aisle, and I turn to go down this one aisle, and there's a man all by himself walking, and he's farting and walking at the same time. And I'm like, really, dude?
And you're behind him?
No, I was getting ready to, and then I all of a sudden I see him walking.
God. Is he old?
Well, you don't want to
Probably in his late 30s.
Oh,
yeah.
no, that's not old. I'm thinking, is he decrepit and he has no choice?
He was just like, oh, finally I'm in an aisle by myself. Let's let it rip.
You asshole.
God, he just crop dusted the entire detergent section. I'm like,
God.
Forget it. I don't need it that bad. I'll wait.
Right?
I will wait.
See, that's another thing that'll make me gag. Smelling someone else's bodily function that I don't know.
Actually, no, it's hysterical.
That you don't know.
No, I mean, like she said, if you ever, well, I mean, even if you
I know what you're saying.
But literally
walking in a crowd, and all of a sudden you're like, what?
Yes.
What is that? I know.
A strange human, to me, there is nothing more disgusting than having to smell them in any way, shape, or form. Whether it be BO or a toot or coming into the bathroom stall after they've left, it will all make me gag to the point of earlier.
Vomitus. Well, yes. I know you...
I'm feeling it right now just discussing it.
Okay, I know that neither one of you listened to the show that me and producer Deb did a couple weeks ago, so I'm going to tell you very briefly. Okay. We were in LA, and we were on our way to our hotel, and Daryl has the worst luck when it comes to Uber, because he just won't get the when you go to LAX, Uber has like the high end, and the high end people will not come to LAX. It's a waste of their time, and so you have to get Select or something else.
Why?
Which is it's just not worth the money, and it's a nightmare getting in and out of LAX. And so we end up in a minivan driven by Van. And Van had, I swear to you, he had his shoes on when he was driving, but I'm guessing that he normally didn't when he wasn't picking up people. And it was in a minivan, and this minivan did not have windows you could roll down.
Oh, God.
Now, I'm incredibly sensitive to odor.
I'm like...
What? There's nothing in here. There's perfume in the air in my room.
You don't know.
I do know. That's why I'm telling you this. And so anyway, I turned it down. Do you want some water?
Yes.
Okay.
I hold my breath when I walk by certain people. When I see them approaching, I start holding my breath. I do it.
So anyway.
This would not be good for me, this situation. I'd be in trouble.
So I put my snout in my purse so that I didn't have to smell anymore. And Daryl's looking at me like, he goes, what's going on? I'm like, what do you mean? Like, how can you say that?
Like, do you like ever stare at his nose in that situation and think like, are you broken? Like, how can you not?
I don't get it.
Especially like to make sure he's breathing through his nose, like give him the benefit of the doubt, like thinking like maybe he's like mouth breathing right now, like
right.
He doesn't
well, the thing is Paula, I could the idea of breathing through my mouth. I mean, I just couldn't. I'm sorry. Somebody's trying to drink water.
No, this is Jerry. Like, 'cause I tell him, well, if I have to pee that bad and I go to a public bathroom and I literally can't hold it and I walk in, it smells like shit.
You'll hold your breath.
Well, I will breathe through my mouth so that I can just get the pee out and get out. You know what I mean? Like if I'm gonna die and I have to pee.
I have breathed through my mouth and had to spit afterwards.
Well, and that's what Jerry's
gross.
like, well, then you're getting the shit in your mouth. And I'm like, so now I have no choice. So what am I supposed to do? Like,
smell it or eat it. Right? Gross. Yeah.
But if I smell it, I'm throwing up. So it's like, I can't win.
it was not a pleasant thing. And what was funny is I'm like, how am I alone in this island of odor, you guys? But anyway, I was like, thank God we're out of it. I was so grateful to be out of there. I just couldn't even. But anyway, okay, so there was that dude, and then I pull into Ulta, and I turn to grab my purse, and there's a cutie pie in his car eating the biggest sandwich I've ever seen in my life. And he had just taken a big bite, and he turned to look at me, and he had like little lettuce tendrils hanging out of his mouth.
Is this a gag day?
And I turn and I look at him, and I'm like, okay, I'm not going to laugh at you because you're cute. And, you know, he was probably like our age. And I'm like, and he looks like a grazing cow, and he probably had no intention of being seen while he's
by another cute human.
Completely engaged in this huge sandwich. So I just get out, and I'm trying not to smirk because his face too, he's like, da-da! You know, that look like, oh shit, I'm being seen.
Like the spotlight just flashed on.
It's so funny. So I'm walking into Ulta now. I'm feeling quite confident. I'm like, how funny. No Ugly and Awkward moment for me today.
Why'd you do that?
So I'm walking in, and I have my phone in my back pocket of my jeans because whenever I go shopping, especially during Christmas time, I don't really like to have my purse because people steal.
Right.
Mm-hmm. And around here lately, it's been pretty bad.
Yeah.
And so I just have my wallet in my hand and my thing in my pocket. And it's all super quiet in this aisle that I'm in. And all of a sudden, and there's 3 women, but they're all like together talking. And all of a sudden, out of nowhere, it's like, this podcast brought to you by Borax. And I'm like, what is that? And we're all looking at each other. And I'm like, what is that? And they're like, I don't know. What is that? It was me. I pulled out my phone. I'm like, oh.
Everyone's looking at you like, you freaking dork.
You're like, what? Podcast? I'm like, oh, God, I'm not going in. I'm not getting into this with you. So I'm like, oh, well, oops. And it was like super loud because I'm deaf.
Right.
So it's like super loud. And I'm like, okay, thank you, everyone. Thanks, Joe Rogan.
Right.
You know, it was so embarrassing. It was really embarrassing.
Oh, my gosh.
So anyway, that was mine. I'm like, see, that's what happens when I get judgy, when I see other people going, well, that's what you get, Jamie, for judging other humans.
You actually thought you were going to be cool for 5 minutes?
For 5 minutes, just to get in and out of Ulta, but no. Okay, so big announcement. This is the last episode of the year of 2017, and I think it's safe to say that we're all glad 2017 is coming to a close.
Yeah.
The chaos is enough for all of us, and we're all very hopeful about 2018. And with that in mind, the Ugly Truth is going to 2 episodes a week.
Yay!
Smaller, shorter format, but it'll still be 2 full episodes. Ugly cuts will go away because we won't be editing ourselves. It will be 45 straight minutes, and then that's it. And producer Dub is very happy because his job gets a little bit easier. That allows Stephanie to come in more often, and it just gives you more content because honestly, we could talk for 3 hours. So it's not that big. It's not that much of a stretch for us to do that. But with the close of 2017, I just want to say thank you, listeners, so much for all of your downloads and your support on Avon and Amazon. We saw a little bit of an uptick towards the Christmas season, so we really thank you for that. Mm-hmm. And we hope you keep downloading and listening. We're really, really grateful that you guys do. So anyway, thank you so much, and we hope we all have a wonderful holiday season.
Yes, I was just about to say, when the show drops, it will be Christmas Eve, correct?
I know, it's dropping on Christmas Eve. That's a little present.
Merry Christmas to all of you that celebrate.
And have a happy new year, and we'll see you next year.
All right. Bye, everyone. Bye. Bye.
That's a wrap. But make sure to watch your podcast feed for all the screw-ups and edits from this episode and what we call Ugly Cuts. Thanks for listening and sharing the show. See you next time on The Uglee Truth.